going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be upgrading the fuel pump, the in-tank fuel pump on our Volvo 240. So you know today's going to be a good day because we have received packages from IPD. So this is their in-tank fuel pump upgrade kit. This is the new fuel pump, and you'll see when we take out the old one, it's roughly that big. So this is a pretty substantial upgrade. Some of the reviews said it was a little bit punchier, a little bit nicer. So yeah, stick around for the installation, and then at the end of this video, we are actually going to be racing the new upgraded fuel pump against a stock Volvo 240. See if there's any difference. I doubt that. We'll see. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. This isn't going to be tuned or anything. This is just a fuel pump upgrade, so we'll see what happens. But this kit was about the same price as a normal in-tank fuel pump, and I figured it'd be good to replace anyways. So I spent the extra maybe 10 bucks for this. Came with the filter, came with a seal for the sender unit, some copper washers. I'm not 100% sure where those go yet. We'll figure that out. 2 hose clamps, and this is a little length of hose which runs out of the tank, which connects to the fuel pump. So yeah, we're gonna get started installing this. It shouldn't be too difficult. I'm planning to be able to do it in the next 3 hours, so we'll see what happens. Oh, and it came with instructions too, which is gonna make our life even easier. So yeah, let's get started. So we're at the trunk, and the first thing that I'm gonna do is remove our subwoofer and actually just push it to the side a little bit because the little tank cover is right here. So we don't need to move it that far. We're just gonna slide that over a bit, and we are going to take out, or at least fold back, majority of the carpet. Next step is going to be remove this cover and pull all the wires and stuff off to the side. Getting a closer look at what's down here, you can see that there's a plug here, and there are 2 fuel hoses going in and out of the tank right there and there. So the next thing we're gonna have to do is remove this clip right here. I actually replaced this hose because it was leaking, so there's a hose clamp right there. So move that back, slip that off, take off both hoses. Have some paper towels near you just in case there's some excess fuel that comes out of there. And then remove this plug right there. I just tugged at it a little bit, was having some difficulties, but I think you just have to pry out that little retainer. Let's just call it a retainer, and that's how that plug is going to come off. So I lied to you all about the plug. What I ended up doing is just removing the ground and the little plug from the side here, which you probably saw me do in the time lapse. So now that we've gotten the 2 hoses off in there, you can kind of see the bungs, and there's nothing else attaching the fuel sending unit to the car, we are going to remove the crown nut, which screws it on. So IPD sells a tool that they recommend. If you go to IPD, search 240, fuel, I think it's called a crown nut removal tool. They'll sell it to you for like 50 bucks, and it's just like a little piece of metal. So I decided to be the cheap, do the probably pain in the ass way, which is just, I'm thinking of just getting a flat head and hammering it so that the nut like rotates itself around. We'll see how it goes. You're gonna watch me do it, and you'll probably be able to save yourself 50 bucks. I doubt that you need this tool to do the job. I'm sure it'd be easier, but I don't think it's $50 easier. So I completely forgot to press record, but I just got this little collar off, and I was right. You can save the 50 bucks. It was kind of a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie to you. It took me about 30 minutes just with a flat head and a hammer, just like a 3-pound sledge, just was knocking it around. Mine was really seized. I'm sure if you had a somewhat newer one, you took better care of your car, it would be just fine, or it would be much easier to come off like that. If you have the money, I would suggest getting the tool. You could probably could have made a 20-30 minute job into like a 20-30 second job. So get the tool. Don't get the tool, a flathead and a hammer works. the tool works better. So that's up for you to decide. Next thing we're gonna do is pull the little collar out of the way and start removing this sender unit. So removing this fuel sender unit was kind of a pain in the ass. The only tip I can give you is just finagle it. It's very delicate, so be careful, but you will need to put a little bit of force behind it. Try to pull the pump out first, then the little floater ball, and that'll make your life a little bit easier. Now that it's out, we are going to start putting on all of our new parts, including the fuel, filter, seals, O-rings, all of the stuff that I showed you earlier. There's an instruction manual right there. If you order this kit, just follow the instructions. There's a little bit of trimming you have to do. I'll do it real quick, give you any tips. If it's self-explanatory, then it's self-explanatory. So I've wrapped up upgrading the fuel sender unit, and all I can say is just follow the instructions that IPD gives you when you install this thing. They're very clear cut, they make a lot of sense. There was nothing where I was like, what does this mean, or what does this read, what does this say? Any tips that I don't give, this is just the seal for that goes there. You do have to cut this. It says cut about an inch and a quarter, cut about an inch and a quarter, cut fits perfectly. They say to extend this ground, maybe it's a little bit tight, should be fine. There's not really any stress on that, should be fine. Yeah, it really wasn't that difficult. It takes time, you know, there's a lot of little steps you gotta make sure you do it right. It makes you do everything in order too. The only tip I can say is before putting on these clamps to put the hose, or to put this line to this hose to the filter, or sorry, to the pump, make sure that you put on these wires first. That's the only thing, because it would be impossible to tighten that nut and the nut on the other side that's identical with this clamp in the way. So that's about it. I'm gonna put everything exactly back in the way you saw me take it out, so I'm not gonna record that. But either the next time I pick up the camera, or it might be tomorrow, I don't know. For you it's gonna be 10 seconds. Next time I pick up the camera, I will give you a full review of how it's running, how it's doing, and we will line it up against a stock 240, and we'll see if we can notice any speed or horsepower or any sort of gains whatsoever. Should be something, shouldn't be nothing. I'll see you then. So as you can see from the video, there is actually quite a substantial difference from the stock 240, and I cannot lie to you, the difference between the night where I was installing the pump and that last clip that you just saw of the two 240s going against each other in Mexico was, I felt quite a big difference in my butt dyno. Like, you could, when you got in the car, you could tell it was peppier, especially on the top end. You could tell that the car wanted to go a little bit more before it shifted. Bottom end didn't notice too much of a difference, but top end you could tell that extra fuel up there really helped. But no, it will make a difference noticeably. Against the 240 you saw, that was a very short little strip we did there because we didn't have much road. We weren't trying to go too crazy, and the cars are pretty slow. Still, it's not beating anything still, but it is faster. If you've driven 240 for a long time, you will notice a difference. So I would 100% say that this upgrade is worth it. Any owner of a 240 should do it, and it's not that expensive, and I would say what you get out of it, including like time into it and money into it, is 100% worth it. So, but yeah, that is going to be a wrap for today's video. I really appreciate you guys watching the video, and if you're seeing this, I appreciate you sticking to the end. It means the absolute world. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the video, or subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, like the video. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. We have some exciting things coming out for the 240. Actually, I can give you a little teaser, a little hint. If you know what this is, you know what's coming up for the 240. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next video.